Hey, what's going on, fellow currency lovers? Welcome to another video here on the channel. I hope your day is going awesome. I know mine is. But let's get looking through some loose bills. See if we find anything worth more than face value, or is at least collectible. So let's start right off, 2017 series. Keep an eye out around all the little annotations on the note. This one is beat to heck, so it's hard to tell if anything is collectible on this one. Conditions 9/10 of the law with anything, so keep that in mind when looking through your money. That's the great thing about this hobby, though. If you're new to the channel, then the great thing about this hobby is you can look through your regular bills, your coins, and find stuff that's worth way more than face value. For example, check out my big-ass guide to silver coins. Covers every quarter from 1932 to 1964. A lot of the ones in the 50s and 60s you can still see in your pocket change here and there, and those are worth already a few bucks. So, moving on. Reverse of the $1 note, nothing jumping out, real beat up and hard to tell. 2013 series. 2013 B star notes are worth really good money. There can be duplicates of those, so if you do come across a star note that is a B series from 2013, you might want to hold on to that. Man, starting off with some trashed ones. Much better condition, minus a little fold right here. 2021 series, nothing different about these except for they did enhance technology over the course of time from the 50s when they put out, or early 60s when they put out $1 banknotes that feature the phrase "In God We Trust" on the reverse. Aside from printing the note a little nicer, there's nothing different about them, but this one is in a lot better condition. Little bit of kind of excess ink, looks like a thumbprint almost, right under the letter N. But unless it's really dramatic where you can see all of Washington kind of backwards through the back of the note, I wouldn't hold on to it. Yeah, a little damage up here. I'm not going to zoom in, but it looks like little teeth marks. That's not an error. People message me and email me about that and stuff. That's the little counting machine at the bank. They just never clean it. That's all it is. Some 2s, some 3s, but nothing jumping out. 2017A, huge run in 2017 and 2017A. Keep an eye out around the incomplete pyramid and the seal on the back of the note. Also around the little plate numbers, your rear faceplate number and plate numbers here, your federal indicators and the seals and all that good stuff. A couple digits away from a broken ladder serial number, so it would have been cool. Also a trashed $1 note, 2017A as well. Nothing jumping out on the front there. And nothing on the back. A few videos ago, we found some cool stuff on the reverse of a note. Check that out. 2021 series. So we have a good mix of kind of decent condition stuff and then really jacked up dollars so far. I think I have a ton of ones. That's from my other night job. 6s, 1s. Would have been cool if it would have continued the repetition across the whole note. We got ourselves a seal with a J for Kansas City. Little bit of a shift in the Treasury seal, but not enough to call home about. And folded up. Somebody had it in their wallet in the little pocket thing, just kind of hanging out as their little safety dollar. Some 3s, some 9s, some 6s. Would have been nice, free booger right here. Would have been nice to have just the 3s, the 9s, and the 6s kind of repeating across the serial number. I would have held on to that most likely. Back of the note, little bit of a wet ink transfer. Other than that, tore up and beat up, seen its day, but still going towards some unhealthy fast food tomorrow. Hey, a little bit of a misaligned bill. Haven't seen one of these bad boys in a while. This one is not sitting way off the paper, but if you notice, let's grab a regular $1 2017. We got a 2021 note somewheres. Well, close enough. If you notice here, I'll put them side by side. You won't see all of it in the camera, but you can see how off this is. So, I mean, you're talking 1-2 millimeters off. I know that doesn't sound like much, but it's not the size that, well, it is the size that matters. It's how much it's off. So the misaligned note, if you notice really at the bottom here, how much larger this margin is than here, then you can kind of tell that. In fact, this is a really good note because this beat up, thrown up puke note here, it's kind of off center where the, so if we, you know, put one upside down, one right side up, even then you can tell that this note is partially misaligned. So misaligned notes are great. If they're really dramatic where it's actually running the edge of the note, then it can be worth good money. Some of them can sell in upwards of thousands of dollars when they're graded really well. This one's beat up, so if it were really misaligned, riding the edge of the note there, then I would say I'd probably be able to get, you know, maybe $100 or $200 for it. If it was in ungraded good condition, it being folded, beat up, things of that nature. If it was misaligned more than this on the edge of the note, then I could probably guesstimate 40 to 80 bucks to the right collector. Other than that, reverse of the note. You can see it's a little bit off here too, but not as bad. I wonder if it tiered up and maybe somewhere down the line we got ourselves a couple of notes that were totally misaligned, and that'd have been cool to get. But I'll hold on to that one as kind of a small one. This one also kind of same deal, but not as bad. This one's within kind of more acceptable range. Got some free damage on there. And nothing else. Yeah, some 9s, some 3s, 2017. Very good ink on this one. Very, very nicely printed despite the folds. Nothing going on. Hey, trinary note. Actually a pretty cool one. Sixes, zeros, and ones. Would have been nice to have a little bit more of a pattern. Does have a little bit of a stuck digit 60 on the end there, but really, really minor. Super beat up. This thing's been wet. It's thinned out. It's hitting the end of its days. It's 2013 series. They say that $1 notes only have like a 10-year lifespan. So this thing's seen its day, but it's still a nice little trinary note. I wish it had a little bit nicer pattern on it, but I'm going to hold on to it as a small find, along with our little misalignment note, both of which I wouldn't say are worth a ton of value or anything like that, but are pretty collectible. And beat up on the back. I'm going to hold on to it, though. Kind of a neat serial number. 2013 Series $1 note. Looks like somebody laid their cigarette on it or something. Yeah, a little bit of blurring in the signature here for the treasurer. Sometimes you can see notes online go for quite a bit of money with dramatic over inks where it looks like almost like a blob in one of the signatures. Those are pretty cool. Kind of an ink smear error, so to speak. Also really beat up on the reverse, so hard to tell. Yeah, pesky 8 got in there. Would have kept that trinary too, probably. You can tell that trinaries are really common. That's why I like to hold on to ones with really nice patterns. Back of the note. Folded up, creased up, torn up. Keep an eye out around the edges, the intricate detail of the note. Sometimes you can find issues with ink and print. Those can be worth good money, or at least be worth holding on to. Nothing going on in the front of this 2017 $1 bill. Lots of ones in this one. It's from my stripping job. And nothing going on there. 2017 series. Beat up. Back of the note. Yeah, it looks like gel pen. It's like glittery or something. Who knows? Oh, well, didn't want to stay in place there. Some 2s, some 8s. Little bit of a shift in the seal here, but nothing too crazy. Also really beat up. All these ones looked like they were ran through a car wash. And just damage. For a second, it looks like you got an ink issue up here. Don't be confused by that. Just damage to the note. Getting down there. Last 3, a ton of 1s, and a 5er and a 10er. Last one, probably the best condition one, minus, now I take that back. It's all tore up and jacked up. Little bit of 6s, little bit of 2s. This is similar to one we started off with, but anywho. Keep an eye out for shifts in the print and issues with the ink, of course. Fancy serial numbers. Nothing really jumping out on the back. Hard to tell with all the damage. Moving on to $5 notes. 5s and 10s are on the block for getting redesigned, starting with the 10 in 2026 or 27. Nothing in the serial number. Decent condition. And nothing jumping out on the back of the note. Last but not least, $10 Federal Reserve note. No fancy serial number. Keep an eye around the Federal indicators, the plate numbers, the color shifting ink on 10s. There's a lot of stuff going on $10 banknotes that you can keep an eye out for errors and stuff like that. Somebody pinned this to something for pizza or something for their kid. Nice and beat up. Cool depiction of the U.S. Treasury building. Really stark looking in real life, but cool nonetheless. What did we find? A nice little trinary note. Totally ragged. I'll probably hold on to it for a little bit and then send it back out into the wild. But a cool little trinary. Kind of the neater find of the night is going to be this slightly misaligned 2021 series Federal Reserve note. This dollar bill has a slight misalignment. It's more of a cool collector's note to me. I'm going to hold on to it because it's only $1. But it gives ode to something you can keep an eye out for. If you find a dramatic misalignment on a banknote, you could be sitting on hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars, depending on what type of banknote it is and the condition. Let me know what you think about this banknote search in the comments. Let me know what you've been coming across in your coin and banknote searches also. Or heck, if you bought that storage auction or you went to the flea market or a yard sale and you found that old Pog collection you've been looking for, or Xbox or whatever, Nintendo, old vinyls, whatever it is you're into, if it can be collected, I collect it. So let me know what it is in the comments. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.